Is this a thing now, K Walk? Now you coming at my team too? Okay, I got you.
No, it was just Brit. You weren't
Nope.
surprised about that, Brit? And I'm like, I know we're going to get into,
Was
what
I
happened.
surprised? No, because they were turning the ball over. I'm surprised that
But
they
before
won.
the game, where you said, well, if you said that it was going to be 25-20 game, and it's going to go down to like the last 2 minutes of that game in order for it to be decided. Before that, you wouldn't have been surprised?
I don't think so. If you said 3 turnovers in one game, then no. So am I surprised about the 3 turnovers? Maybe, but Jalen Hurts didn't have his best game this year. One of the first games all year, he didn't have his best game. So regardless of how bad
seems
you
to
are,
be the thing.
no,
They never have the best game. But they still winning though. They're still winning.
Who said that? Nobody
Yeah,
said that. I said Jalen Hurts didn't have a good game.
Right, but they always have a problem. They every week in and week out. They didn't play their best game. They didn't play their best game.
We blew out the Packers. We blew out the
right.
last couple of teams. What are you talking about?
No, but you say it each and every week though. There's always something. You got to clear this up. You got to clean this
pinpoint. I pinpoint. I don't do the whole team. Don't do that. Because you just gave the Cowboys credit, did you not? The last 2 weeks, and they have not been playing well at all. So I need to be consistent.
I didn't give the Cowboys credit. I gave Dak credit. I did Dak credit.
No. I'm talking about last week.
Yeah, I did.
Don't worry about the Cowboys.
Okay,
so we won the game. So I don't have any concerns. We won the game. I didn't have any concerns watching the game. I knew we was going to pull it out, but they had mistakes.
But you're not surprised about the outcome?
No.
Against a 3-10 team, against a 3-11 team.
You won 20. Your team won 21-13 against Seahawks.
Okay.
That was a tight game too.
Yeah,
all the games this week.
They're in a playoff hunt. They're at home. It's probably arguably the hardest place to play in the NFL.
Oh, so now they're I mean, we just went to the coldest place in the NFL. One of the coldest places in the NFL. Does that matter?
It's not cold in Philly.
Not like it is in Chicago.
You can't tell the difference between 20 degrees and 15 degrees. I'm sorry, you just can't.
You can't. Have you ever been to Minnesota or Chicago?
Yes, I have. And I played in Thanksgiving game in Chicago.
That cold is completely different than Philadelphia.
And I played cold in New York, and I played cold in Philly. It's no different.
Completely
it's just windier. It's just windier. It's windier.
Okay.
I'll tell you this though. I'll say this about that game because I watched a lot of that game. There were 2 things I was surprised of. Number one, I thought Jalen Hurts took some chances with the ball that were uncharacteristic. Like I thought he threw some throws that normally he wouldn't do. So some of his decision making was surprising. And then I was also surprised at how well Justin Fields played against that Eagles defense. I mean, if a couple of plays had gone a different way for Chicago, that might have been a different outcome, but they really didn't have a great answer for some of the things that Justin Fields was doing. So from that standpoint, for me, at least, it was surprising, but look, at the end of the day, you're right. You got to give the Eagles won the game, and that's the name of the game in the NFL. You get out of there with a win.
I mean, let's be real. Justin.
Hey, hold on before you get started.
I don't want to hear people say Justin Fields is he's not a bad quarterback. He's a young.
No one's saying he's a bad.
Justin Fields is going to be an excellent player.
No, I'm not talking about you guys. But I'm just saying in general. And if he runs on you, he's fast. He's one of the. He is the fastest quarterback.
I was surprised at how fast he
was taking off. He's a very fast quarterback. No, I think the defense had a very good game. He got 27 yards run. He broke off on them. But they also sacked him about 6-7 times that game as well. They couldn't really complete a lot of passes, thank goodness. Because like you said, Jalen Hurts did make some questionable decisions, which is not really like him. It happens. Things happen. Y'all defend Dak left and right. And how many interceptions does he has? A lot. So
I'm not
uneasy.
I'm not saying Hurts was terrible. I'm not saying he was terrible. I'm just saying
this way, but every other team gets.
I'm not judging Hurts. I'm just saying, as somebody was just objectively watching the game, like even that pass when he rolled out to the left and threw it up, I was like, that's an interception. But then his guy caught it on the sideline, so it worked out for him. Even that to me was not a good decision. So I just thought he threw some balls that he normally wouldn't. Yeah, I think it was the one to Devontae on the side.
They always throw that pass.
I've
seen that pass get thrown 1,000 times.
When he threw it up, I thought that's going to get picked off.
I know.
So just you know, I mean, I think just watching the game, I think you would agree that he made some decisions that were not common for him. So that's all I'm pointing out.
That game was not his best game.
Hey, can I point out? Hey, can I point out something?
Or the struggle that we have had throughout the season. Jalen Hurts was not on Jalen Hurts the entire season. Turnovers from playmakers. This game, he had turnovers. He had some questionable decisions. I'm the first one to admit that. But for K Walk to sit and say, they've been shaky the last couple games. No, they haven't. We need to stop that right now. You just said that.
No, I didn't. I did not say that, Britt. What I said was you guys always saying that you haven't played your best game. You've always got an issue with, you guys know we didn't play good here. We didn't play our best game here. We didn't do that. I get that. But what I want to point out is two things. Look at the stats. All right. Look at the stats. Who controlled the ball the most in that game? Who had the most rushing yards in that game from a team standpoint? I'm asking. And why was the game so close as well?
Turnovers don't matter. 3 turnovers.
Absolutely it does. It does. But still with the turnovers and that's how Washington beats you. And this is my point.
Turnovers,
right.
But no, that's not what you said. You said the blueprint was the other team runs the ball on us. And I said we just went
and controls the clock, and that's what Washington. I mean, that's what Chicago.
You never mentioned turnover. You're mentioning turnovers today.
Okay, well, throw those. All right, we'll throw those in there.
You're giving them extra possessions, so that makes sense.
Then you're not good enough.
So what are we talking about?
If you're doing it multiple times, then you're not good enough to win it.
Those games will happen, but we still lead the league.
I can see one game happening. I can see one game it happening, but two against two teams that you see clearly better than.
You're not consistent, though. That's what I'm saying. With the Eagles versus any other team. You see what you say with the Eagles, but you don't say that about any other team.
Because no other team has a better record than the Eagles. That's why I'm talking about the Eagles.
But what I'm saying is when they turn the ball over or when they do make mistakes,
I'm only talking about the Eagles because the Eagles have the best record in the team. And from the Eagles standpoint and from the Eagles fan standpoint, y'all guys can't do no wrong.
No, we never said that. No, that's not. That's not the situation. That's never the situation. The situation is the national media and K Walk. You judge the Eagles completely different than everybody else. If the Cowboys turn the ball over, it's no worry. They got a great defense. It's just a mistake. When the Eagles do it, we get held to a whole different level. Like,
because of the fact, my point is that you guys aren't as good as you think you are. Is my point.
Let me say this though.
We're a good team. We have mistakes. All teams make mistakes. The 49ers don't make mistakes.
Let me say this though, because I think maybe some of this is about expectations, right? Like the Eagles right now they got the best record in the NFL. So obviously when we talk about the Eagles, you're going to look at them with a more critical eye than say you would the Minnesota Vikings, right?
Exactly
or a team that's just vying to get in the playoffs. It's the same thing with the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Like the Chiefs could be great, beating everyone in the league, but if they played bad because the expectations are so high for Patrick Mahomes, I think people look at them with a more critical eye. So really, I think it just comes with the territory. If you're supposed to be a Super Bowl team, right? A team that has a chance to win a Super Bowl, I think people are going to judge you more harshly than they would a team that they think, they're good, but I don't know. So I think some of it just comes with the territory of having the best record in the league, where people are going to judge you harsher if you don't play your A game. So I think a lot of it is that.
Yeah, and also too, Jay, there is the saying, there is the conversation about it's the Eagles and everybody else. That's how it is. Because their record, they're 13-1 right now, or 12-1. 13-1. Sorry, and you look at it right now, and everyone's saying it's who can beat the Eagles?
Yeah.
Who's the biggest competition to the Eagles? And that's what I'm saying. The Eagles are not. I know you have the best record. I get that, but I'm saying there's teams out there that are a lot better than you. They're a little better than you. I'm not gonna say a lot, but it's a little bit better than you, regardless
49ers?
of what their records are. Yeah, I'm going to say absolutely. I'm going to say my 49ers.
No,
I may be jinxing them, but I'm going to say my 49ers.
Absolutely. Offensively, not. I'm sorry. You're not better than us offensively. I'm sorry.
Turnover. We don't turn the ball over. We don't turn the ball.
You have. We have.
Last seven games. Look at this last 7 games.
How many total turnovers do the Eagles have throughout the season?
I don't have the number in front of me.
Okay. Five. Right. That's not a lot for a whole course for 14 weeks. That's not a lot at all. That's very impressive. Everybody else has way more. We lead the league in turnover category. So when you come at me and then you say numbers, make sure you got the right numbers then.
Okay. Well, the numbers are there, whether I have the right numbers or not, whether they're there.
Okay, but
what I'm saying is right now.
And you said the reason why we lose or the reason why we're not good is because of turnovers, but we lead the league.
No, I didn't say that. No, you threw the turnovers in there. I didn't mention it. So could you correct me if I'm wrong? You corrected me because I never said turnovers. I said time of possession and rushing the ball, the yards. But let's move on to the next topic. We can go on and on about this.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. We're going to see. But all right.